Okay, so you've explained to us how it makes more sense to let the plants themselves do the job of pulling carbon out of the atmosphere.
Hmm.
What is the next step then? So what is Carba doing, and why is wood waste a really good pathway for helping to sequester that carbon and keep it from going back into the atmosphere?
Yeah, so what we realize is you can't just plant enough trees to solve this problem. You can't get enough sequestration, and at some point when the earth warms enough, some of these forests become net emitters. So like the Amazon this year just became a net emitter of carbon, which is
Wait,
terrifying.
wait. Can we stop on that? I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
A,
so
fo- a
there was
forest a forest can become a net emitter?
uh-huh. Yeah, because of decay and warming and other issues.
Is it because
Forest
people are chopping down the trees in the Amazon? Is that why they're
Not even that. I mean, that is bad, but there's competing effects. So forests have albedo effects where they absorb a lot of the heat and don't reflect it back. And then you also have decomposition effects where in the forest floor you can decompose into CO2 and methane a lot of the organic matter. So not all forests are created equally, and the climate can affect whether forests are net absorbing or net emitting. And I'm not an expert in that field, but the big thing is we need to be planting as much trees as we can. We need to be protecting as many forests as we can, but it's not going to be the complete solution. And so what we realize is that there's actually a lot of waste organic material, whether it's forest thinnings for wildfire management or, when someone comes to your house and cuts down a dead tree, those things add up. And then there's agricultural waste streams, there's cattle waste streams, there are algae and sargassum and things like that, that there's a lot of organic waste streams, and those naturally decay and re-release all the CO2 and methane. If we could protect those waste streams and prevent that decomposition, then we could effectively remove that carbon from the fast carbon cycle, and it would sequester it and do the job of carbon removal. And so then the question is, how do you protect that material in the best possible way? And there's two parts to that. One is the location. So you don't want to truck this stuff around the world. Biomass is decentralized, meaning, all the trees in the world don't grow in one place. They grow across the planet. And so because of that, and because you don't want to truck this stuff, you need to operate in a decentralized way where to keep costs down. And so you're not trucking water, basically, biomass being 60% plus water. So that's the first part, is location. And then the second part is, how do you actually prevent microbes from eating this stuff and basically crapping out CO2 and methane, because they've been evolved over time to actually do that very, very well. And so if you just bury wood, it's going to produce a bunch of methane. If you compost it, you're going to produce mostly CO2 with a little bit of methane. And then if you burn it, you're going to produce mostly CO2, some particulate matter, and some methane. So you want to prevent those from happening. The way that we've discovered how to do that, and people have known this for a long time, is if you heat this biomass, you can create a black charcoal like material, and that no longer has food value for microbes underground. And so we can take that, what's called a biochar or a charcoal or a biocarbon, they're all synonymous, and you can take that and you can put it underground or places where you're blocking it from oxygen and sunlight, and nothing can decompose that.